The more we wait on life to happen, the more it passes us by. And I feel like this quote goes undermined a lot of times because people like to think that they have to wait for the right time for things. They have to wait for this. They have to wait for X, Y, and Z. When it's not really about waiting for the right time. It's about being the right person. What I've come to realize is, things are going to be as they are. Situations in the external world tends to be as it is. The changing factor, 9 times out of 10, is going to be you. And that is to say that, not to say you bear every ounce of responsibility, but you bear a lot. Your potential can only be obtained by you, and it's about bringing that potential into the present. Not allowing it to be potential, but allowing it to be reality. Not necessarily living in your dream of how you want to be, but trying to exemplify how you want to be in your every action. I feel like it's once you get to that point, once you actually make it intent to, become, to embody a certain idea, a certain way of thinking, a certain mentality about the world, things start to unfold. Then you become the right person. Because I feel like the whole concept of luck, the whole concept of, people being able to get these stuffs and even like manifestation, anything you want to tie it to. There's always a factor of action, the law of action. Ensuring that you're the right person, ensuring that you're doing everything in your power to sort of embody the thing that you want. You can't write a book without writing any pages. You can't say, oh, I want to write a book and then not, actually sit down and do it. It's about doing the work as well as having the belief that you could actually achieve it. That's sort of the mix that allows things to actually be, allows people to be successful, allows people to sort of traverse the world in a way that's going to allow them to achieve. Because everybody has their dreams, everybody has their aspirations. And it's just about being willing to somewhat put down who you were and become who you are. I feel like it's very difficult, besides saying it. Who we are is sort of a something that we learn, something that we sort of allow ourselves to prescribe to or ascribe to. And it gets sort of difficult to distinguish what parts of ourselves are from us. And that's why I feel like it's important to try to determine those things. Try to be present enough with yourself to gain that knowledge, gain that information about yourself, and in effect, gain information about the world around you. Everything is sort of everything in a sense, and it's kind of a weird concept to think about, but the way that I think, everything sort of ties to itself. Everything sort of ties to everything. The way one thing is explains part of another thing. And in saying that, waiting on the right time isn't explaining a thing. Waiting on the right time is sort of putting onto your future self something you should be attacking right now in the present, or should have attacked in the past. Because the reality of it is, if the right time arises and you're not the right person, then your opportunity is vanquished. You're going to lose everything you sought out to gain in the first place just by not being the right person for that certain something. And being the right person isn't necessarily just about, having them, just about belief. It's about being there. It's about, it's about being an active participant in life. Being active enough to engage with your desire and the opportunity. Not necessarily just wanting it, but dropping your pride, your ego, whatever's in your way, whatever feeling you have. Because I feel like a lot of people, at times, they feel like they don't deserve. And I don't really think it's a matter of deserve anymore. Like, it's really just a matter of, do you want it? It's about the love that you give to yourself, the life you breathe into yourself, that you speak into yourself, just to essentiate that you are actually able to do stuff. It's too short to not give yourself the support that you need. If you constantly are waiting for the validation from a certain something, certain someone, some circumstance, in order to do what you want, then this life is not going to be your own. It's about, doing what you can with what you have, taking what you can and making that action, taking those steps with what you can. Steve Lacy was making music off of an iPhone and releasing it. It's just about how you start. I used to make videos off of my iPhone too. I used to have a weird setup, a little book setup, so I could stand it up near my face. Before I got a webcam, I just used to record my videos on my phone and then export them. It would take hours to try to export it to my computer, but I would do it. It's about those little steps, those little instantiations of your passion. That constant push, that affirmation that what you're doing is something that you feel like you can actually achieve. It's about continual effort, continual passion, and not necessarily knowing the path, but allowing it to unfold before you. Taking the signs as they come, making wrong decisions, and figuring out what the right decision was, and moving forward. You learn a lot in failure. You learn a lot in falling down. You learn how to stand up better. You learn how to regain your balance. You learn how to balance better on sometimes unstable objects. Because you realize that the foundation the entire time is supposed to be within you. At least that's what I feel like the point is. That's what it means to be the right person. Not necessarily saying you have to be fit for every situation, but saying that you have to, at least at first, believe in your head that you can achieve something. You have to at least be the kind of person that can achieve that. Not necessarily a matter of physical application, but in terms of mental fortitude, in terms of mental belief, understanding that you can do something. And whenever that opportunity arises, doing your best to do so. Putting in your 100%, because then when you fail, it's fail. It is a failure. And I feel like a full failure is better than a partial. It's so much easier to let go of something once you put your all into it. And it's not necessarily saying that, whatever you feel that is inherent to your character, inherent to you. Sometimes it's not for you. And sometimes it's not necessarily the right time. What I'm saying is, it's not just about it being the right time. It's about being the right person too. It's about having both. And the right time is about seizing opportunity. Being present enough to realize when something's in front of you. Realize when you're supposed to jump on something. Realize when you're supposed to take that step and sort of step outside of your comfort zone. There's a lot of stuff in my life. I'm like, if I wasn't uncomfortable doing that, if I wasn't comfortable being uncomfortable in that situation, I would not be at the place I'm at now. If I was still too nervous to upload my own video and show my face, because I used to make Profound Pondering videos and it would just be clips, just cinematic shots. It would be like 2-minute long videos, just shots. If I never showed my face, put my face on here and actually tried to embody exactly what I wanted, I would not be here. It's about putting that step forward. Being the right person, like, oh, you want to do this? Start acting like it. Start embodying that something. Start becoming aware of that potential within yourself. Realize that, to know what's humanly possible means you too can do it. Meaning that, within you contains a vastness that you probably will never understand. There's a wealth of information that just sits at our fingertips at all times. A wealth of information that's within our literature, within our movies, within our actions, within our conversations, within our characteristics. And these certain things are passed down and understood and translated and transmuted into each and every action that we all do. I feel like that's why they have umbrella terms for something like an artist or a creative or something like that. It's about the application of self into something. The application of who you are into what you desire. Or the application of what you desire into who you are. Sort of becoming the thing at which you want, being grateful for it, having that appreciation for it. So when it comes, you feel deserving and you can move about it and you can hold it and you can, truly possess something because you already have it. You just have the physical version of it. And that's not saying, be entirely delusional, but go out and get you what you want, but also believe you have it. Be grateful for it each day. Don't necessarily look at, what you lack as something you lack inside. What we lack oftentimes is just in the mind. It's not about what you have. It's about what you appreciate. You can have thousands of things. You can have millions of dollars. And if you're not appreciative of that, if it's not contributing something to your life, if you're not making it meaningful, you're not adding any purpose, any passion to it, it's going to feel like you have nothing still. That's why it's important to be the right person when you're receiving these things, when you're actually getting them. And that's why I feel like some people sort of not necessarily fall off, but why some people only have certain bursts of success. Once you attain something, it's about continued appreciation and appreciation for whatever it looks like, whatever form it takes. You aren't always going to get the same thing twice. You might find $2 on the street one day. You might find a $5 bill the other day. Each day you have to be happy for the bill you got and not reference the bill you got before. Life without reference, life without that constant comparison, everything tends to beauty. Everything is going to tend to joy. Once you live in that world of comparison, that world of, but this thing is better, but I could have. And my thing is, there is no could have. Only things you have done and only things that are. You have to sort of take life as it comes. Realize that, the sooner you are able to understand that the world is a stagnant thing. As much as it changed, I feel like it's still a stagnant thing. The world is sort of the thing at which we walk upon. It's ever changing, but we're ever changing as well. And if both of us are lacking foundation, then we're going to be in a pretty bad position. So it's about grounding your world's foundation in your own perspective, in your own life, and in who you are. Being the right person is just being sure. Being sure that whatever comes about, whatever in your life is going to attack you, whatever situation you come to, that you're going to confront it and emerge as something hopefully better. All that to say, stay on track. It's not about being in the right time. It's about being the right person. So if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Not a day goes by where I don't think about how much I appreciate you guys. And I know the braids are out. I was getting tired of them. It only takes a couple days for me to get tired of those. But it is what it is. They will be back. All in all, keep being great. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're being authentic to yourself and making sure that you're sort of backing up what you profess. Backing up, the ideas in your head. Backing up, your dreams and aspirations. Giving yourself the validation you want to get from the world. Because you have to kind of take your own stuff first. And